Hi, hello, good morning students. Welcome back. Today we are going to see chapter number 9 from Civics, that is Public Facility Part 1. So, the chapter itself says, the caption itself says public facilities, that facilities meant for public is considered to be public facilities. Come on, let's learn more about this particular concept. Let's have introduction first. The chapter discusses the role of government in providing public facility. The aim is to allow students, that is you, to understand the ways in which this role of government is linked to concerns addressed in our fundamental right. Then third one, this chapter uses water as the primary example to discuss public facility. As I told you, various facilities are there that is meant for public. It may be public transport, it may be public providing water facilities, public sanitation, public I can say schools, colleges, hospitals and all. But in this chapter we are dealing with the, or I can say public facility water as a major problem. Then, or I can say the role of government in providing public facility, one of the public facility, water. And this idea of equality or the equal availability, affordability and quality of water for all is one of the key issues related to public facilities that the chapter highlights. Okay, if there is any background, you can say music related to dog barking and all, kindly ignore that. Now let's come to the point, water and the people of Chennai. So we will see in your, I can say, textbook, it is well explained with the help of a story board. So please go through that without fail today itself. Now senior government official like Mr. Ram Gopal live in Anna Nagar, Chennai, in one part of the Chennai. It's a very posh area. This area looks lush and green with the lawns maintained by the generous spraying of water. Bungalows here have the tap water for the major part of the day. So we are now discussing about, that is one particular person, senior, I can say government official, is none other than Ram Gopal. He was living in Anna Nagar, or I can say a good part of, or I can say in other words, is in a, as at the center of the city, well maintained. The area is well maintained with the, or I can say, lush green lawns everywhere with the generous spraying of water. On days when water supply is inadequate, it's not inadequate, insufficient, Mr. Ram Gopal speaks to a senior official whom he knows in the municipal water board, and a water tanker is easily arranged for his house. If there is any problem related to water, simply he calls a person whom he knows in the municipal water board and immediately a tanker is supplied to his house. Like most of the areas of the city, Subramanian, another character, Subramanian's apartment in Mylapore suffers from water shortage. This is the major everywhere. The problem is everywhere. Then this area gets municipal water once in 2 days. One is 24/7, another one once in 2 days. Now what he does? So for the other one, he calls a person and immediately the tanker is arranged for him. And now for Subramaniam, what is the option? A private borewell meets some of the residents' water needs. A borewell water is, however, brackish, so the residents use in their toilets and for washing. So brackish means is both khara pani bolte हैं ना, so क्षार होता है उसमें से. So it's very, or I can say salty. It's not able to consume, and people are using that water only for washing the utensils or clothes and all, and not for drinking purpose. For other uses, water is purchased from the tankers. Subramaniam spends up to rupees 500 to 600 per month on buying the water from the tankers. For drinking water, the residents have installed water purification system in their homes. So other than that, he spends 500 to 600 rupees for maybe for purchasing the sealed water, sealed bottled water. Siva, one more person, lives on rent on the first floor of the house in Madipakkam and gets water once in 4 days. If you see, these are all the different areas of Chennai. Shortage of water is one of the major reasons why Siva can't bring his family to Chennai. Siva buys bottled water for drinking. So one can easily manage with the limited water. But if he has family, then he requires more water that he cannot afford with the salary, and that's why he didn't bring his family to the city. Third, next character, Padma, works as a domestic help in the Saidpet and lives in a nearby slum. She pays a rent of rupees 550 per hutment for hutment. Hutment मतलब is apartment नहीं है, hutment, hut वाला, only पत्रा वाला house है, which has neither a bathroom nor a tap connection. For 30 such hutments, in which water comes from a borewell for 20 minutes twice a day. सुबह शाम दोनों मिलके 20 minutes और उसमें से 30 घर वालों को water भर के रखना है. A family gets to fill a maximum of 3 buckets, not packets, buckets within this time. Maximum उस time में 30 apartment है ना, तो 3 bucket per family fill कर सकते उस time में. The same water is used for washing as well as for cooking. In summer, the flow becomes trickle, means slow, and the family one can get the water only at the cost of another. अगर एक को मिला तो दूसरे को नहीं मिलेगा, तो दूसरे को शाम तक वेट करना पड़ेगा. People have to wait long hours for water tankers. Water tanker भी आता होगा, but वो कब आता है वो उनको खुद पता नहीं रहता है. Now next one is water as a part of the fundamental right to life. Water is essential for life and for good health. Yes, of course. So not only it is necessary for us to be able to meet our daily needs, but safe drinking water can prevent many water related diseases. India has one of the largest number of the cases of diseases such as diarrhea, dysentery, cholera, all are waterborne diseases. And what the report says, over 1600 Indians, most of them children below the age of 5, are reportedly die every day due to the water related diseases. These deaths can be prevented if we will be provided with the safe drinking water. And whose responsibility of providing safe drinking water? It is the responsibility of the government. The Constitution of India recognizes the right of water as being a part of the right to life under Article 21. This means that it is the right of every person, whether rich or poor, to have sufficient amount of water to fulfill his or her daily needs at a price that one can afford. So the water price should be in such a way that it should be affordable. It should not be the price of पेट्रोल का जैसे प्राइस नहीं होना चाहिए. तो अगर कैसे करेंगे, पेट्रोल जैसा भाव अगर पानी को होगा तो कैसे जिएंगे. So it should be at an affordable price, and that's why those who are using, you people are using, might be living in the GIDC area, might be using that municipality water, and it is not freely supplied to you. You ask your parents. For that you need to pay once in a year per annum water tax. Water tax you have to pay to the government, or I can say to your municipality area for the water you are using. So you may be using the generous water, but the tax that is affordable मतलब सबको उसको क्या है, आराम से वो पे कर पाए, इतना पैसा रखेंगे. ऐसा नहीं 15,000 16,000 जैसे लाइट बिल आया वैसे पानी का बिल आपका नहीं आता है. Just ask your parents regarding that. There have been several court issue cases in which both the High Court and the Supreme Court have held that the right to safe drinking water is a fundamental right. So major issue related to this was when we people were young, that Karnataka or Tamil Nadu में Kaveri issue. So Kaveri is birthplace is Karnataka. Kaveri takes her birth in Karnataka and flows in Tamil Nadu, and afterward it joins the Bay of Bengal. And always we used to have, that is or I can say what is called disputes related to Kaveri water. And if it went to court and the decision is in favor of Karnataka, then again the Tamil Nadu government, it goes against it, and if it is in favor of Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka. और इसके चलते वो क्या होता था, भारत बंद, सॉरी इट्स कन्वर्टेड इनटू कर्नाटका बंद एंड तमिलनाडु बंद, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन बंद होता था. सो बहुत डिस्टर्बेंस होता था. एंड फाइनली इन लेट 90s दिस problem was solved by the Supreme Court. Jayalalitha, when she was the chief minister at that time in Tamil Nadu. Like water, there are other essential facilities that need to be provided for everyone. What are those? Similarly, there are things like electricity, public transport, schools, colleges that are also necessary, and these are known as public facilities. Okay, transportation. All cannot have the private vehicles, cabs and all, so that for if they wanted to go from one place to another, for that purpose the public transportation is required, is essential. Then all cannot access to private schools, for that government schools and colleges are needed. All cannot access to private hospital, for them the government hospitals are there, and all these things are there. The facilities meant for public. And if you are taking admission in government school, being born in a rich family, they are not putting any restriction by saying that this is meant for only the poor children, or for the or I can say or needy people. They don't say, they don't deny. That is our choice. But we people are not opting that public schools, isn't it? That is, we should, because in foreign countries and all, they are providing free of education. There are no such private schools. I can say schools are absolutely, or education is free up to grade 12 in some of the countries, in some of the Western countries. Okay, let's come to the point. The important characteristic of a public facility is that once it is provided, its benefits can be shared by many people. For example, a school in the village will enable many children to get educated. So if there is one school is established, government school is established in village, many people of those area, they will get education. And similarly, the supply of electricity to an area, especially in village, so that what will happen, the farmers can get, or I can say the pump set run due to the electricity, and because of that there will be abundant crop. Then students will able to find easier to study if there is, or I can say, electricity. Then even some of the persons can establish their own business wherein electricity is required. You can say the fabrication work, isn't it? Fabrication work है, उसके लिए क्या किसकी ज़रूरत पड़ते हैं, तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की ज़रूरत तो पड़ती ही पड़ती है. So they can easily they set up such type of, or I can say, small scale business at their own level, even in the villages. Now, what is the role of the government? Let's come to the main point now of the topic. Public facilities are so important, someone must carry the responsibility of providing these to the people. And who are they? They are the government people. This someone is the government. One of the most important function of the government is to ensure that these public facilities are made available to everyone. That is missing, isn't it? We have seen that private companies operate for profit in the market. Yes, everywhere competition is there. Private school is there, private hospital is there, private transportation is there, but they are working for profit. In most the public facilities, there is no profit to be had. Okay, for example, what profit can occur do a company for keeping the drains clean or running an anti-malaria campaign. So ये सब करके पब्लिक को क्या मिलेगा? अगर वो ड्रेनेज साफ करेंगे या फिर एंटी मलेरिया का कैंपेन करेंगे तो पब्लिक को क्या करेगा? पब्लिक को क्या मिलेगा? पब्लिक को कुछ प्राइवेट कंपनी अगर ये करेंगे तो उनको क्या मिलेगा? उनको तो प्रॉफिट तो मिलेगा ही नहीं. और पब्लिक करेंगे, देयर इज नो प्रॉफिट for, since the public is doing, or I can say the government is doing, so hardly they are not getting any type of profit. But for other public facilities such as schools and hospitals, private companies may well be well interested, because तो ज़्यादा क्या कर सकते हैं कि फीस रेट बढ़ा सकते हैं, ज़्यादा दे सकते हैं, and private companies may well be interested. And we have many of these, particularly in large cities. There are, you can say, a number of schools are coming up every now and then. Similarly, if you are living in a city, you will have seen private companies supplying water through tankers, also for supplying drinking water in sealed bottles. So you can see that those who are not going for the purified system at home, they prefer the sealed water bottles. And so many companies are providing it. They are considering it as a business, and the tankers are also providing, because people at any cost they are ready to purchase water. Listen, isn't it? Ultimately, the one is looking for the basic needs and to be fulfilled, and the other one is looking for earning profit out of that. In such cases, private companies provide public facilities, but at a price that only some people can afford. जो जिसको पानी 400-300 रुपीस दे सकते हैं वही टैंकर खरीदेगा, है ना? सब लोग नहीं खरीद सकते. Hence, this facility is not available to all at an affordable rate. If we go by the rule that people will get as much as they can pay for, then many people who cannot afford to pay for such facilities will be deprived of opportunity to live in decent life. Public facilities relate to people's basic needs. Actually, what's now the main point? Any modern society requires that these facilities are provided so that people's basic needs are met. So whenever we are about to purchase a new house, or I can say looking for house in an apartment, first of all we ask the basic question, क्या पानी आता है क्या? 24/7 available है क्या? अगर पानी का प्रॉब्लम है तो वह कोई घर बनाएगा ही नहीं, क्योंकि उसको लगता है कि एक बार पानी का प्रॉब्लम रहेगा तो वे फिर लाइफ टाइम पानी का प्रॉब्लम रह सकता है. फिर हर बार आप कैसे आप टैंकर को प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं? तो दैट्स व्हाई दे आर बिफोर गोइंग फॉर देयर ओन houses, they first see that whether the basic facilities are fulfilled or not. Still the dog is barking at the background. Ignore it. The right to life that the Constitution guarantees is for all persons living in the country. Responsibility to provide public facilities therefore must be of the government. So it's a government's responsibility. Sorry for the background music, this is continuously on. Thank you and stay tuned. And please, as I told you, just go for the textbook, also that storyboard. Please go through it and stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you, bye bye, and have a nice time.